Hello guys, my name is Benz and welcome to the video. Right, first things first, as I promised during the week, I would sort out a date for the live stream. So for people who don't know, haven't seen the video, I'll get this straight out and start this video just in case you guys don't watch the end of it and you miss it completely. The live stream is no longer happening on the 26th, 27th I think of September? Yeah, whatever them dates were. Yeah, it's not happening that week. It's not happening that weekend anymore. It's still happening in November. For reasons, check the other video earlier in this week. Just moving to the 11th and the 12th of November. So starting at 7 o'clock on the 11th and going till 7 o'clock. Right, okay, it clears up. 7 PM in the afternoon of the 11th. And we're going all the way until the 7 PM of the 12th. So bang on 24 hours. Right, got that out of the way. So hopefully you guys can join in. Let me know if you can, let me know if you can't. Right, so pro mods. Haven't done a video on this in a little while. So let's get sort of straight into it. So what we were planning on doing last time is we worked out that we want to upgrade. We're getting to the point where we need to upgrade our truck. We want to improve to get to something else. I think what is after the Renault I was going to do? I think it's the MAN that's next in line to be used. But we'll come to that. Yeah. So yeah, we need a new truck, but we worked out that we need to upgrade the can't imagine, so hold on, let's go get Garage Manager. We need to upgrade the Gothenburg garage to allow us to have another truck. Or we go and buy another one. I was thinking about that, we could go and buy another one. And we have another, that would only give us, I think it only gives us one slot. But I want to upgrade Gothenburg first to the highest, to the highest, we're going to have 2 drivers here. I could have the option of selling the Renault and selling the Renault and saving a slot, but I thought it'd be better to gain another driving slot and then put that truck back on the road and make more money off it. Also having another 2 slots at Gothenburg will give us another 2 drivers to put onto the road. Okay, so yeah, so upgrade is minimum of 83,000. So as long as we do this next job, we should be able to do it. Right, so we have a job selected. I'll show you on. Is it on the world map? Will show me? No, it won't. Okay, let's go in the game and have a look. This one's gonna be a bit of a tricky one. So I have a couple of other mods running. One of them I think we have all the active ones from last time, like the sound mod, and we have this like the Volvo VNL in there to be able to use. I also have one on there. I think I put it in last time, but we never actually saw it in use. Was the double trailers anywhere mod. So it allows us to have double trailers anywhere. Beforehand it was restricted only to Scandinavian countries, but this mod unlocks it so you can have it in other places. Now let's have a look. This is going to be interesting to get the fuck out of here. I don't know, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, but we're going to give it a damn good go. Yeah, it's good to have the double trailers everywhere, but sometimes it's not going to be the best best locations for it to be in. But nonetheless, we'll give it a go. So what are we carrying? So we're carrying 21 tons of roofing felt. That's going to Oslo. Going to order Oslo. Renault Logistic in Oslo. Still can't get any jobs up north of Finland, so we can get up to that island. But we'll carry on with that. We'll crack on. Right. Let's fire up the old Planor. Make sure we might be in manual mode. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Right. So let's give this a go. Let's see how far we get before that rear trailer catches. We may have to just force it out. So we're not expecting to hit the lamppost so quickly. Right, we're gonna have to use this third person perspective just because for something like this, you would have a spotter or a co-pilot or something. Did that actually come out? I can't see. Can't you? No way of like. Or is that just glitching out? I can't see. Oh, let's just take it. Oh, yeah, it's just bending around. It is catching the front out of the trailer. But we'll take it. We'll take it. Have to. I could have jammed up. It could have been a lot worse than what it was, but we'll go with that. So we are. So let's quickly show on the map just where we were. So we are where we left off. We were over there. We dropped off here last time. Just come down here. Just left down to Kundagal, and then we're going to head on to straight onto the ferry up here and head north again. Whilst we're here, we might as well go that way and just click whatever that is. Must be a garage. Yes, has to be a recruitment agency. We'll go anyway. So just increases the pool of drivers that we can have access to. Sorry, Mr. Bus, I'm going to put in front of you. Truck that good. The truck that has actually really impressed me. What's my phone going off? I've stopped on the train tracks, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do that or not. Didn't really think that one through, but whatever. Okay, so what are the things we've got to talk about today then? So I spoke about in the last promo, I spoke about getting my truck license. I need to come in front of this guy. Sorry, fella. Yeah, I spoke about getting my truck license. Now, when I done my rigid truck license, so my class 2 if you want to call it, or Cat C license, whichever way you want to call it. When I took that license, I was told that I had fucking I completely blocked the road behind me. I was told when I did my theory test, I had 2 years from the point of taking that test to do my next part of my license. Otherwise it would expire, otherwise the theory test would expire and I'd have to do it again. So my understanding of that, it was just let to run out because I didn't have the funding to get my license at the time. So when we spoke about the last video, I was told I was given the opportunity to get my license this year, but the company didn't know about my theory test situation. So when I informed them, I said, okay, there's another guy at our depot who's got his theory test in date within 2 years and has also got his class 1, so it would be, you know, and then next year I can do my my theory test, so I'll be ready to go. So I said I'll be, you know, if it makes sense for him to do his this year, and I'll do mine next year. Bear in mind, I had my license longer than the other guy. I've been there longer than the other guy, so you know how it all works. Just through length of service and that, I should be getting mine before him. I've said, okay, as long as I get mine next year, I'll be fine with that. There's no one to get mine this year. There's no point threatening two licenses. So just let him get his, and I'll get mine next year. No worries. So it's actually come to this year where, oh, sorry, this week, where this other guy is now doing his test. Oh, sorry, he's now doing his driving lessons, and he will do his test Wednesday next week. Now, I said to the fella, you know, just have a chat with your instructor, you know, just see if you can get any more information about it to help me when I do mine, because I'll be doing it with the same guy. So he's had a chat with him about the whole 2-year theory testing, and it's a load of bollocks. It's something that instructors tell the students to get them to get the next battle license as quick as possible. So that subsequently hugely pissed me off. I have not been a happy boy for the last few hours, I've been told, because otherwise I would have had my first part of my lessons of my full truck license today. But hey ho. So, the current situation is, as far as I'm aware, I'm still going to have my license, still going to do my license next year. But I'm going to go into work on Monday and have a chat with my boss and say, you know, I no longer need to do this part of my theory test, so you don't need to pay any extra for that for me, because they just have to pay for it. And I'll just say, you know, I can, if you have funding, I can do my test this year rather than waiting next year. So I'm going to wait and see what the outcome of that is. Helsinki. Yeah, I definitely wasn't a happy boy when I got told that message. I tried looking onto like the website. Yeah, on like the government website that gives you information on this sort of thing. Where have I got to go? What was that? That was a big old bang. Now where have I got to go here? The boat's there, but isn't that a fence there? Have I got to go down the side of the fence? Oh no, this is the one with the stupid poles. So I'll try and navigate around these poles. It's a fucking motocross bike or something going around the streets. Oh yeah, the actual tutor for who I've done my... He's a completely different bloke to who's doing the class 1s. The person I was doing the class 2 with, he was an absolute dick, I didn't like him. He was a smelly, fat old man who was miserable as fuck. And I was not surprised by the thing that he said. Yeah, look on the government website, because I wanted to double check that it was what it was. And I read through something, and it's exactly how you'd expect a government website to be. It makes no sense. If you sort of read it, you read something, you read it as like your view of it, and how I read it was, yeah, that's right. When I got told about this, I went back onto the website, read through it, and read it for I think I read it about 3 times, and realised, yeah, I don't need that bit. So yeah, pissed myself off by that. Hey ho, it's, to be honest, I'm not too hugely fussed. I was just pissed off that I've been told false information just to try and get more money out of, not me, but out of my company or whichever. That was rather annoying. But I'm not too fussed, just for the main reason that when we're at work, we don't actually drive around too much with trailers on the road. We can't at the moment actually, because our test trailer is actually off the road. So even if when this guy does get his license, or if I get my license, or whichever, none of us can actually use anything on the road, big wise, you know, because the trailer is out of action. We can't do it. So yes, that's a huge benefit at the moment to have it. But I've still got my class 2, so I can still drive pretty much anything just without a trailer, and that's main part of our work anyway. But I have been promised next year I will have that license, so Whether it's they can put me forward this year or not, it doesn't, whichever. I'll definitely have it next year, so I'm definitely going to have a license next year. I say I'm definitely have a license, I've got to pass it first. Something else that was quite surprising. The fellow who's now doing his license. He done his class 2 through the guy who's now going to do his class 1 with. So he's been talking to him quite a bit, messaging him, saying what sort of information do I need, what sort of truck am I going to be using. I actually found out that when you do your class 2, your class 1, so with the trailers, you can actually do it with an automatic truck, whether it be I-shift or completely full automatic with an Allison gearbox. Because what you're actually being tested on is you're actually literally being tested on the trailer, on control of the trailer. You've still got to do your feeding the wheel, check all your mirrors and all that. But the majority of what you'll be tested on is control with the trailer. So you'll be backing it up, checking like the length of it, just being able, general control with this big old trailer on the back. There's a fucking cop behind me. Make sure I'm not going to speed. Just set it down to 50. Wow, I was coughing and yawning at the same time, and you blew my ears off. Yeah, so when you're doing your class 2, you're tested on vehicle control mainly. You're testing the control of a big old fucking vehicle. So you have to have a manual. But with the class 1, you can have a full automatic truck. Now that is going to be a game changer when it comes to actually doing these licenses. Because doing it on a manual truck, if you're doing it on, when I done my test, it was a 4 up, 4 down, so it's 4 low range, 4 high range, 8-speed gearbox. And when you're controlling it, you got to just, when you first do it, nowadays when I drive trucks, when I drive manuals, it's just this second nature, same as when you do your car license or riding a bike or whichever. You know what gear to be in, what speed to be in, all that sort of stuff. And if I was to go on the road tomorrow with a trailer, I would know what gears to be in. But doing automatic truck license, that takes that whole, what am I doing? That takes that whole thought process away. You don't need to be thinking about what gears you're in. It is literally point and go. And you can just concentrate, you can just put all your thought onto what's going on with that trailer and make sure it's in the right position and where you need to be in the road. So that is definitely a plus when it comes to doing that license. Because the guy actually gives you an option. I think the guy gave him an option. It's like, do you want to do it on the manual or do you want to do it on the automatic? You can do it whichever way you want. I know for a fact, I will pick on a goddamn automatic. To be fair, on the road these days, truck-wise, newer trucks, I've said this before as well, there is not that many manual trucks these days. Just because the technology in automatic trucks is so much more refined than what it used to be. So when I go on a road test, I will more than definitely be driving an I-shift or a full auto. Very rarely are they manuals. So yeah, that's definitely something to be looking forward to. Right, so going back to the 24-hour live stream. For the guys who have not watched that video that was put out midweek, just explaining the changes and what's going on in that. I don't know if you guys can hear that dog in the background. It's fucking nuts, going nuts or something. Yeah, for the guys who didn't watch it and haven't looked into it a bit more, the actual schedule of what games are going to be playing at certain times has been put, or a rough draft. I still may need to make changes to that. Fucking bikes go down this road. It's fucking immense. You won't even be able to hear that, but there's a bike that goes along the road out there. Oh shit. And then down a hill that goes over there. And it just fucking vibrates the whole fucking house. Gonna return, kick it. There you go, good go. Yeah, the rough draft schedule for what games will be played at what time is put into the description of that video, so you guys can have a look and see what you think, and if there's any games that you want to join in. Now, some of them games are actually free games that you can join in. I know the first one definitely is, what was it? Planetside 2. That's a free game. So if you want to join in on that game, get it downloaded. It's free. There's no cost to it. It's free to play. There's like in-app, in-game purchases and that, where you can like get tokens and that. You know, just like what you do on like your mobile game, like your Candy Crush and all that. But the actual main gameplay is free, and it's quite entertaining. It's a bit repetitive after a time, but it is good. So that's something we can do. And if you scroll down a little bit further into that list, you'd see there's a thing on there called ETS2 giveaway. Like you're seeing there's like things at the side with like question marks and that. It's like there are little notes to myself as like, you know, what am I going to do on them in their games. But also, if I kept them in there, because there's also questions to yourselves whether you want to do that sort of stuff or you want to do something else. I want suggestions on them. I've not had no feedback on these games yet, and that's annoying me a little bit. But yeah, give me some feedback and let me know what you want to do about it. Yeah, the ETS2 giveaway. That's going to happen just before the game, before we do ETS2 multiplayer. Reason being is obviously whoever wins it, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it by some sort of raffle. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet. It might just be a random a first person to tweet me sort of thing. I don't know. I'll look into that one. That's that one's still something I'm deliberating, or even maybe using a bit of software to make it completely random. But I'll see. I'll see how we're going to do that one. Yeah, someone will win the ETS2 game. It was a Steam key I got when I got my processor. Obviously I don't need it. I've got the game. I've had the game fucking donkey's years now. But yeah, I've got a Steam key in my little book that's over here. So I'm going to give that away to somebody. So that's another little incentive for you guys to turn up to the charity stream. Hopefully that's going to be a good time in the day to do some driving. The only thing is, haven't been up already nearly 24 hours and then going driving for another 3 hours. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea or not, but we'll go with it. We'll see how it goes. I don't need to be another lane now. Yeah, it's definitely looking good. Oh no, loop sounds like there's a roundabout there. Yeah, it's definitely looking like a good day. I've got quite a few people who are going to support me. I know who's actually going to be there. They're not going to be there for the whole 24 hours. Going to be there for. Excuse me, I've got really bad gas. We're going to be there for the majority of the other games. There's quite a few people I haven't spoken to in a while either, which is quite good. What was I saying? yeah, as of yet, I've had no donations. Now, the thing about this is, I'm not expecting a huge amount of donations. I haven't advertised it a lot just yet. That's something I'm gonna get around to, is start doing maybe either a daily tweet or a weekly tweet, or maybe do like a sponsored ad to try and entice people to come in. More people we get, better chance it's going to be more popular, and better chance of more donations. And I will clarify this now: the donations go to a Just Given page, do not go to my bank account. So if anybody's worried that, oh, I'm just doing this to increase the cash in my wallet, that's not the case. Any donations you make go to a dedicated Just Given page, which I do not have access to. It literally goes straight to Macmillan. This way. Because I'm always touchy when I watch charity live streams. It's like, if it's not such a well-known YouTuber who doesn't, you know, hasn't got the money like your Markipliers and your PewDiePies have got, you know, maybe they're like doing a little on the sly sort of, you know, call it a charity, but call it a charity live stream, but you know, you got to send it to me PayPal account. I'll sort it out. I'm not saying people are doing that; they might not be, but you don't know. You're a little bit in your head as like, are they? Aren't they? At the end of the day, apart from when people are on the screen, you don't know what they're doing in there. In real life, I actually don't know what they're really like. I know for a fact that I haven't got the conscience to do that sort of thing. I couldn't do that. I couldn't live with myself if I was, you know, gone and bought a game with charity money. That's not my style. I don't like the idea of that. But that's why I've done this Just Given page. Let's get on this boat first. Yeah. So the money will go to the Just Given page, and I won't see it. I'll never have it. I'll never lay any fingers on it. I'll just see a figure. That's all I'll see. Which I like. It takes. I don't know, where's my? Oh, there it is. It takes all the danger out of me being an absolute knob and robbing your money off you. Oh, I'm not going to be doing that. So even the text message thing, that's all done through Vodafone. That's nothing that I've set up personally. It is I've just given details to them and set up a number to be messaged to, and then it's all that is still done through Just Given. That's still not nothing that goes to me. And still, when you do the Just Given donations, you can just go straight to the Just Given page and then donate straight through there. Now, in the live stream, I am going to do despite what I've just said, I'm still going to give the option, if you want to donate like a random figure or whichever, you can do it through my PayPal. Now, that is entirely down to you whether you trust me to do that. I will, if I have a donation, put through. Look, okay, this channel has sort of two setups for donations. We're currently set up to have donations for the channel itself, not a charity, but channel itself, to like help the channel along, either put towards new games, put towards new hardware, or whichever. Which I've never received any money from it yet, and I don't ever intend to, not in the foreseeable future anyway. And that is always active. That always runs. And there's like a button at the top of the channel somewhere that says, you know, if you want to donate, then you can do. I never advertise it. I never promote it because it's not my thing. It's, if you want to donate, people like what they see, then they'll try and find that button. Everyone knows that most channels have got them buttons. But the other part of the donations is the Just Given thing, which that always runs as well. That's currently set up just for Macmillan, but afterwards that might change to something else, because I was given to Cancer Research UK as my chosen charity. Then Macmillan were doing this Game Heroes 24-hour thing, which we will stick with until the event's done, and afterwards I might stick with Macmillan, might do another 24 hours, we'll see, I'm not sure. I haven't looked that far ahead yet. Need to get the 24-hour live stream out of the way first before I start deciding on other stuff. Where are we going here? Up and around. Sunny or headlights, we don't need them on today. Let's get in the right lane, cut this fucker up. Sorry mate, sorry. I was in the game. Yeah, so I'm gonna sort out some advertising for this. Like, I've changed all like the channel logo and that, and changed the wall art and all that, just to try and get people into it. But like I say, I'm not expecting any donations. I'm not expecting anything on the night. Anything will be a bonus, even if it's 50p. It's also because the money's good, the money's nice. Obviously it helps out a lot of people. Or anything helps. But also at the same day, it does. Also at the same time, it does raise awareness of the situation, which sometimes in its own right can be priceless, just to get people thinking. Because whereas I may do a live stream and not get anything, someone else might get the same idea, they do a live stream and they might get thousands, and whatever, whichever, that helps, that gets people, that gets money into the bank, that gets donations in, that gets people helped, and I'm fine with that. I'd be happy with that. My channel might not bring in the money, but if someone else does, good on them. I have no qualms with that. There's the thing with charities, you can't. You can use it as an advertising feature for your channel. You could do in a selfless sort of way. Me personally, I'm just using it as an excuse to play games 24 hours, just to see if I can do it. It's more of a challenge for myself, just to see if I can do it. I've never done it. I got close. I think I've done like nearly 16 hours before, but I've never done the full 24. Map's actually getting dry. I'm talking a lot. Yeah, you can use it as a selfless act of advertising if you wanted to. I'm gonna get caught up here. Yes, you can wait. There's a giveaway load, so you can wait. Good boy. Brake. Yeah, I didn't think I was. Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna get across or not, so I just slammed the brakes. Good brakes. Did that just charge me for going over, or is it 12 o'clock? Oh shit, I'm nearly out of fuel. Shit. Oh shit. There's a fuel station there. Can I set a marker? I'll set a marker there. Don't let me forget. How many miles of fuel have we got? Not quite. We should be able to get there in time. Oh, why did I do that? It's the Rosas. What was I saying? Yeah, so the charity thing can be used as an advertising thing for the channel, where it brings in more people to your channel. Just fair enough, because at the end of the day, it can bring in more potential donators, which I'll be happy with. My channel grows, and Macmillan gets more donations, which everyone's a winner in that case. Well, it's about to start raining. It's a bit dark out. Yeah, we'll see about this whole stream thing. I'm really looking forward to it. I need to work out what I'm actually going to do over this weekend. I'm actually going to work out what I'm going to do on that day and what the actual my plan is, because you've got to prepare yourself for it. You need to get the right food in, you need to get the right sort of sleep, you need to just prepare yourself. You can't fill up with too much drinks in case you need to keep going to the toilet, which is no good. Can't eat too much because otherwise you'll need to go to the toilet and all the time, and that'll just mess everything up. Breaks, you need to schedule some good breaks, like 15 minutes at a time sort of thing. I need to look into finding some music as well, because I don't want to just keep playing without no music. I want to have some music going in the background. All these sort of things I've got to try and work out what I'm going to do. And like I said in the video in the week, this whole thing is prepared by myself, and that's hard work, especially find the time to do it as well. This weekend's going to be the first weekend in a long time where I'm actually going to sit down and I've got nothing to do. I've got to do some housework, but everyone's got to do that. I'm going to sit down and look into everything I need to do and how I'm going to do it. So I just need to set up the old live stream kit and change some things about on there, because we're going to have adverts run as well. Yeah, we're going to have adverts run that breaks and that, just so you guys aren't sitting there watching nothing, or no, sorry, no, when I say adverts, sorry, no, just fill this up. Keys in? Cool. I don't know why I love listening to that. It just sounds more detailed every time I listen to it. Yeah, when I say adverts, I don't mean I said paid adverts, but I'll get myself mixed up with what I actually mean. I don't mean adverts as in adverts like Xbox and that. I mean, like when I have to take like a 15-minute video, a 15-minute break or something, or I go to the toilet, I can then just click a button on OBS and it'll play a Macmillan video, not something, you know, I'm going to get paid for and that. Yeah, so I have videos like that. I can explain Macmillan as best I can and how I think it works, but I can get videos off Macmillan themselves. Unless you do provide media-based stuff, where you can like play it in your video. I think it has like music and that as well, and they won't content claim it, copyright claim it, sorry. So I can get that stuff. And yeah, I'm going to test it on the channel, so you might see some videos pop up soon of like Macmillan and that, just running to see if they do get claimed or anything like that, because they do have music in the background, but it's not something, it's their own music. See, I need to plan all that as well and make sure OBS can do that sort of thing. I don't even know if it can. I don't think it can, but I'll work our way around that. Or it'll be like another screen, or just like a video that runs in the background. You bitch! And it's like screen capture. I'll see them now. If I put the time in and I look into it, how I want to look into it, and how it, if it's going to work how I want it to work, if it has the same production level as how I think it's going to work, then it is going to look fantastic. But there's still a lot of work to go into it to be able to get to how I want it to be. At the moment I'm not happy with what it is. It needs a lot more work. That's another part of the reason why I've delayed it until November, so I can spend more time on it. Because as I said, September is not a time where I get a lot of time to myself. Hey, what are you doing, Mr. Volvo? Back off. You're speeding as well. We're about to turn off, so it don't really matter. Turn the headlights on, this road's getting quite fucking dark here. Right, got traffic coming. Is van gonna stop for me? Ah, thank you, buddy. There we go. Nice gear change. I was talking 4 hours. I thought we were nearly there. So what else we got to talk about? Let me think. I don't know really. There's much more to talk about. There's not a lot that's gone on in the old gaming world. There's been some announcements. Star Citizen, I suppose, has been something that's been changed about. They've announced. Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Yeah, they've announced the 3.0 update, which is going to include planetary landings, which is the main bit where they lack, where they fell behind on Elite Dangerous. I have done streams and done videos on Star Citizen recently, and it's not a fun game to play right now because it's so glitchy. All you got to do is tap into a space station and you just fucking blow into a million pieces. But we'll see what that 3.0 update brings in. I might do another video on it rather than just a live stream, so we can be more detailed about it. And eventually they are going to bring in in-game purchased ships. At the moment you have to spend real world cash on their way of like crowdfunding, as you buy ships to, you know, use the money to develop the game. So yeah, that's hopefully something they're going to bring in, and we can do is get some more ships, work towards something. So at the moment there's not a lot to work towards. You can earn some money and buy new guns and better armour and spacesuits, but every time the game's patched or updated you lose them anyway, so they're not so They don't bother me to have that sort of thing if you lose them so easily. Carstad. Mr. Range Rover, you gonna speed up? No? Okay. Oh, because the speed limit has changed as well. Elite Dangerous is now need to get back into as well. I was maybe doing a series on that so at some point. That never happened. I think that's about it, really. Yeah, there's not a huge other amount of stuff that's actually gone on, really. What else is actually? I've seen lots of news recently, but there's not really anything that's like popped right out and gone, here you go, here's something for just talk about. I suppose, something interesting happened is I suppose SCS are moving to new offices, which I think instead of being in the centre of Prague, they're now on the outskirts, I think. And move the entire office now in just over a weekend, which is quite an impressive thing to do, really. Excuse me. I think that is it's actually an expansion rather than like just a general move. So they've actually took on more people, so they're actually developing the two games more. And I think actually developing, hopefully going to develop more of the game engine, because actually Euro Truck runs on its own game engine. I had its name, I can't remember what it was called. I think it's Blender. I think it's a game engine. Don't hold me to that. I know they use the Blender tools to mess around with mods. I think you use the Blender as well to mess around with mods on Farm Sim as well. I think they're closely linked. Yeah, so hopefully they're going to expand and develop some more interesting things. I'd like to see them bring out a coach game, to be honest with you. Like, they're doing very well in the old truck sim world, but I'd love to see them bring out a decent coach simulator game, because the competition for that sort of game has been quite fierce recently, in the last few years. Like, it's not coaches, but OMSI I think is top of that list at the moment, just for realism, for just a general being a simulator. So that sort of level you need to compete with. And SCS are one of the best out there for sims. I say one of the best out there, they've only got 2 games out, really. They've got quite a good back catalogue with the likes of 18 Wheels of Steel and that, which in my eyes, apart from having like the copyrighted stuff, they actually had more content, as in stuff to do, than Euro Truck. But I'd love to see them bring out a coach game or another sort of. They could even, if they put this level of detail into the games, they could compete with the likes of Farm Sim. They could bring out a good farm simulator game, any sort of simulator game. If they put the level of detail they do into Euro Truck, into other simulator games, and they got to compete with anything that comes from like Excalibur Publishings or I think it's Aragon Publishers, I think, or Aragon Games, whichever. The shit that they produce. If you can compete with that and put more detail and better thought into what a simulator game is compared to what they put into it, then you're onto a winner. But to be honest, even if they took like the European map of Euro Truck and just modified it to be able to have, oh shit, we're 50. If they just modified it to be able to have bin lorries or coaches or whichever, I'd be happy with that. I think even developing that's the dream of most people. It's not a dream of mine. Come across my corner. Is okay. You got your unit and trailers, but there's other sides to trucking, and I'd love to have a system of, instead of having Euro Truck, is have World Truck. Or World Truck, or whatever you want to call it, is actually have the different styles of trucks. So like having your rigids, or having your trucks like cement mixers, or having what else is there? What was one I was thinking of just then? Like bin lorries. You know, them sort of trucks, having them all incorporated into this as well. A lot of people have spoken about that, and that is, I think, that is the ultimate dream for Euro Truck for trucking simulation, is to have that sort of stuff going on. Also having a larger variation of just, instead of just unit and trailer. Another thing, like they do like a multi-drop van simulator. I have like vans in here as well. Because you can develop the cities to where you just do multi-drops. I love more detailed cities. Like Promos does do a fucking banging job on it, but you could do better. I think there's always improvement on that sort of stuff. Tanks the frame rates, but it does look fucking the nuts. Nearly there, but oh, look at that, this is a hill to climb. Oh, come on, gearbox. Oh, I like it a lot. Is the runner gonna be able to do it? Yeah, should be able to do it here. 4th gear. The bus is struggling. Gonna burn a bit of fuel, but we should be able to do it. Love it, we want more of this please. It's gonna fuck it, we change gear now. Oh, come on. 22,500 revs. Come on. No, 2,250 revs, sorry. I think the runner behind is runner now the runner behind is struggling. Oh, listen to that engine. Oh, it's screaming. Absolutely screaming. There we go. Poor old girl. Took a few kilometers off her life there. Poor girl. I enjoyed it, that's good. That's fun. God, imagine that was 21 ton. Imagine we were doing it with the fucking 50 ton, we wouldn't have got up there. No way would we have got up there. brake just to cover our asses on this. G-nostril. Feel it shuddering. Another thing I want to bring in soon is virtual truck companies, but have it all incorporated into the game somehow, so you can actually work for other people and have like a common cause. You get all these websites, but you want something to like compete with other people with. Like you want to have like a system where you can compete for jobs against another company, sort of like in real life sort of thing. Oh, another thing I did want to say about, you guys would have noticed that the previous video was not in 60 FPS. Some people would have noticed, some people wouldn't have. I'm actually going back to 30 FPS videos just because of the time it saves in rendering and uploading. So like when I create a video, when I record, there's no issue. There's no problem. The problem comes when I come to render the video, and the files that are created are about 3 gig each. So like the video recording is 3 gig, and then the actual game capture is about 3 gig, I think. Actually no, one's a lot more than the other. I can't remember. It's about 3 gig. Let's say round up to like 3 gig a piece. And when you actually combine the two videos with the intro and then edit it all down, the actual final video for some reason for a 60 FPS 1080p video is well over nearly 30, oh sorry 30, is 13, 14, 15 gig, whichever, depends how long the video is. So render time takes actually longer than the video actually, the final video actually is. It's normally about 5 minutes more, which having this i5 processor, it shouldn't be doing that, but it is. I can't change that for some reason. The settings, I don't know, I fiddle with the settings as much as I can, fiddle around different things, I just can't get it to change from that. And when it comes to uploading, which I have 12 megabytes upload, which is fucking good upload for what I used to have. So like an hour video used to take, an hour's 1080p 30 FPS video used to take nearly 7 hours to upload. So that's like an hour's video. Take about 7 hours to upload, and then doing the 60 FPS video at 1080p for about an hour-ish, it's taken nearly 5 hours to upload. So there is a huge time difference. If I do this video, so I'll put it to 30 FPS, that'll take, so what are we up to? Just over an hour of recording. Once you edit it all down, get it all sorted, it'll still be about an hour once I finish after all this. Where are we going now? So that'll be about an hour. That'll take about half an hour to render, so half the time. And then uploading, well, that'll take less than an hour. It might even take about an hour. Actually no, yeah, it takes about a 1-to-1 ratio for it to upload, so it'll take about an hour to upload. So it's a big time difference. Because in that time of uploading, of rendering, I can't actually use the PC because it's just doing too much. I've tried playing game beforehand and it just doesn't work. Right, so here we are, about to drop off this trailer. Trailers, I should say, sorry. Green. Drop that bad boy off. Right, now we should have the money to upgrade Gothenburg now. So we've got 90 grand. Company manager. This will be the last act of the day, people. Garage manager. Gothenburg. Upgrade. Yes. Right, we now have 2 extra slots. Is that now going to jump me back to fucking Gothenburg? Please say it doesn't. Yada yada yada, we know what that looks like. Gothenburg, so it's now a large size garage. We now have 5 slots. 3 of them are filled with me and the other 2 drivers. We're going to have 5 driver slots. Productivity, yada yada yada. I'll just click on it. Just click on it and see more there. So yeah, we can. So next episode, hopefully we'll be able to. Well, it won't be next episode. We'll try and I'll do some dive streams as well to make some money up, and then hopefully next episode we're going to get a truck. No, next episode, one after. We'll see how it goes. Just very quickly, let's have a look at the old loan situation. Dum dee dee dum dee dee dum dee 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 dum. Okay, yeah, so we're also going. Oh, so I can take out 83 grand, but we're going to need a little more extra for like a truck like an MAN. So it's going to take a bit more money to get to a spec that we want, because I'm going to want extras on it. Starting to go up the ladder, so we're going to want a few more extras. Oh, this is left to repay, isn't it? So still got 40 grand on that, 54, 27, da da da. Total, so we're paying. Oh shit, we're paying about 12 grand a day. So yeah, that's why we're not actually making as much money. Okay, yeah. That explains it. So maybe we can start paying off some of these really. We'll see. They're things that are not such a necessity, because we'll be paying them whichever happens, and yeah, they'll be sorted eventually. Don't worry about that. Right, so then guys, that is it for now. So just a very quick recap on the live stream. It is no longer in September. It is no longer in that date of September. It has now been moved to, I said the 16th and 17th. That was the date during September. It's no longer no longer in September. It is now, the date is the 11th to the 12th of November. Running from 7 PM on the 11th to 7 PM on the 12th. Put in your diaries. If you can be there, fantastic. If you can't be there, send a message of support, and then you'll get read out. That'll be actually fucking fantastic if you can do that. So, for now guys, that is it. Thank you all very much for watching. I shall talk to you all very soon. Bye bye.